Australian small businesses are hoping the federal budget will contain some policies which can reduce regulation, increase productivity and improve confidence. Joining me now is our business reporter, Edward Boyd. How long have we been hearing that for?
We've been hearing that every year for many years now. Look, this is clearly the budget the government wasn't planning on holding, but it's going ahead anyway. So a lot of it's already been announced. So far, there isn't really much in it as far as we can see for small businesses. Potentially, that instant asset write-off, which has been a big feature of the budget for the past 5 or 6 years of $20,000, may be extended. But really, we need to fix productivity for our business sector. I saw some stats yesterday from Creditor Watch showing 1 in 11 hospitality businesses have basically gone into insolvency in the past year, which is at basically a record high for the hospitality sector. So we need some more confidence coming back to consumers so they can start spending a little bit more money in stores, not enough to push up inflation, but just enough to keep businesses operating in Australia. So we'll get the budget obviously later tonight. Hopefully there is some stuff in there for small businesses to help them because they are struggling a bit at the moment. Yeah,
they certainly are. And they're not getting these big rebates that households are getting for energy. So that, that has a massive impact on their operating costs, doesn't it?
Look, input costs have been rising really sharply. Energy costs continue going up and up. Look, we know there's $150 for Australian consumers for electricity. Potentially there may be some sort of extension for that for small business owners as well. But $150 is not a lot of money when you're running a business with 20 to 30 employees using a lot of power each day and big machinery. So we'll wait and see what we're going to see tonight, Laura.
Yeah, and I also think, Ed, one of the big features of the election campaign will be, or at least should be, regulatory red tape.
Yeah.
You've had even the boss of ASIC say that there should be some streamlining of that regulation, because that is a massive drag on productivity. It's not that sexy to campaign on, though, I might say.
It's not a sexy campaign point, but just the amount of paperwork and red tape businesses have to go through to set up a business, to bring on a new employee. Wages are constantly changing every sort of 6 to 12 months. You need to be on top of that. You need to be on top of paying your employees superannuation. They sound like easy things to do, but they're actually quite difficult to achieve without causing any problems or breaking the law. And this is something small businesses really want to fix, just being weighed down with paperwork and regulation law.
Okay, let's finish on a positive then.
Yeah, a bit of positive news.
Yeah, the market was up, but this is, the market is very sensitive to every move Trump makes, and it was massively up, wasn't it? Well,
US markets jumped very sharply last night. Overnight, they just stopped trading about an hour and a half ago. Tesla shares had their best day since Trump won the election. They were up 12%. The NASDAQ index, which is tech stocks, were up almost 3%. It means our stock market should rise this morning, and really it's all due to speculation that the next round of reciprocal tariffs that come in on the 2nd of April won't be as widespread, affecting as much of the economy as previously thought. So they're going to be very targeted, which is good news for investors. It means only a small portion of the economy is going to get hit with these tariffs, not the whole, basically all these different countries across the world at once. So that's the good news, Laura. That's why markets jumped.
Excellent. We'll see you back here just after 10 when our market opens too. See you soon.